Okay. Am I live? Okay. I don't know. Good evening. Welcome, everyone to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. I am your kind hostess, Cindy Placide. Now, I just want to let you know, guys, today my internet is acting up just a little bit. So please bear with us. That's technology, the new age for you guys now. So please bear with me. But again, I just want to say welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Thank you for being here with us tonight again. It is always a pleasure to be in your presence. Always a pleasure to it's always a pleasure to hear from our viewers and from our guests. And we hear so many impactful stories from our guests, and just the comments and then the participation from the viewers means a lot. So I just want to thank you and welcome you to Poetry and Perspective with Proceed. Well, I would say good night to my fellow St. Lucians, my Caribbean folks, my people from Ghana, people from Africa, from Martinique, from the UK who's watching, all over the world who tunes in every Thursday and or Friday to view Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Cindy Placide. I am a poet, author, and advocate. And of course, I'm not going to go into all the gory details. If you can go back and look at my shows and know that, I'm a 3-time published author, and I advocate for autism, mental illness, and suicide, and domestic violence, dwarfism, and a whole host of other issues that I bring awareness to. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Poetry and Perspective with Placide allows our guests to let their voices be heard. We give people a platform to promote their work as well as let their voices heard. Talk about the things that affect you, that has affected you in the past, and how we can be of comfort in a form of empowerment and motivation to each other. I will say good night to my dear friend Modest Glamafa. Welcome to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Thank you so much. Now, before I continue, let me just make sure my Facebook is on and I can see who's watching us. So just give me 1 minute, okay? And I will be with you. Okay. Placide, thank you so much. Okay. Now, before I continue, there we go. All right. Let me make sure nobody calls me. All right. Okay, guys. So listen, tonight our guest has been on this show before, and oh my gosh! Before I say this, we do not discuss politics and religion on Poetry and Perspective with Placide. It's okay to say what your God has done for you, but we are not going to get into the in-depth of politics and religion here, as it has its place. This is a drama-free zone. We want it to be educative. We don't use foul language or explicit content on here. It's all for education, for empowerment, inspiration. Okay, without all the hoopla of all the negativity. Okay, so we want to create a positive environment for our guests and for our viewers as well. Okay, so like I was saying, our guest tonight is no stranger to Poetry and Perspective with Placide. Actually, our guest, why am I saying please stop, Cindy? Our guest has been here before, and she has a very impactful story. We heard from her I think last year we had her on the show, and tonight we're going to go into a little bit more in depth into her life and what has happened from the last time that she was here on the show. So without further ado, I would like to welcome my guest, Kelly Indy Smith. Good evening, Queen.
Hi, Cindy. Good evening, Queen. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. And yourself?
I'm doing okay. Thank you again for having me and for always
It,
supporting.
it is always a pleasure. Sometimes we sit back and we don't know who watches us or who views our content or who's paying attention. But I know for sure I'm paying attention to the work that you are doing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
I do. I do. And before I can bring somebody on this live, I make sure that that I get a gist of what their work is all about,
Yeah.
what are the accomplishments, and of course, if you've been on here before, where have you been from the time what have you achieved from the time you left this show to your coming back and with
Mm-hmm.
presence. So Kelly, I just want to let the guests know that the you were crowned queen at the first ever Miss St. Lucia USA Independence pageant hosted by the Forest Organization and the St. Lucia
Mhm.
Consulate in New York. Okay.
Yeah.
So please tell us. I'm just gonna say just that. So please tell us a little bit about yourself for the benefit of those who have not seen the last show.
Mhm. So yeah, like you said, I am the first and former Miss St. Lucia USA 2024. My name is Kelly Indy Smith. I go by Kelly Indy as well musically. But I'm really just passionate about making a change in my community. On my platform for the pageant, I started the Southern Gem Foundation. And that foundation is really all about helping St. Lucian youth, just giving them opportunities to make changes for themselves and the community. So I'm really
Mhm.
passionate about making a change, working with young people. I'm really passionate, like I mentioned, about the creative arts, youth development. And that came about through many different experiences that I've had. I was raised back home in St. Lucia and I moved here at the age of 13 to 14, and I've been here ever since. But I stay connected with my roots. I'm very much driven by just that passion to um, embrace my cultural heritage, embrace those who came before me, and I use that as empowerment to move forward. So that's just a little about me, but I'm an open book, so I'm here to answer anything that anyone might want to know as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, where exactly are you from in St. Lucia?
I'm originally from Saltibus. A lot of people don't know where Saltibus is, so I usually say I'm from Choiseul. But
Okay.
Saltibus is between PI and Choiseul. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
Saltibus proper. That's where I'm from, the south.
Yes, I understand that Celtibus has a rich cultural heritage as well as does Monrepo.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome. Yes. So Kelly, now I'm gonna move right along because I think we have a few things to cover and you have a lot to offer us tonight.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you. I know we just mentioned that you went up for the Queen show, which you were crowned queen. So please tell us, Kelly, a little bit about that, just a little bit about that experience, and
Yeah.
yeah, just tell us a little bit about that experience. What was that moment like for you, and what the word does went straight past my mind, but what has that experience taught you?
Yeah. Um, yeah, every time I think about that experience, it brings back happy memories for me. It was one of those things where I think I really pushed myself forward. I pushed myself to not just show up, but really show up in a different light, show up in a way that I felt I was ready to move forward and, create a platform that I've always been passionate about. So participating in the pageant, that was like my end goal was this is what I really want to do if I were to be crowned. So that's what that meant to me. And it was a really fun experience just being in that environment where you know that you're doing something for the first time for the community, you're doing something that's going to go down in history, I would say. It was really a nice warm feeling, and I have nothing but positive emotions looking back at it. But it's just been a great experience moving forward. I know some people have said, I should continue and try to go for Miss Universe or Miss World, and I'm still thinking of that. I'm not sure if that's my ultimate goal, but definitely pageantry has just helped me to just become more of the person I know I want to be in this life.
And that's amazing because sometimes we doubt our potential, sometimes we
Yeah.
doubt whether we'll be able to do certain things, but once we plant a seed in our head and then we go for what we want and we work at
Mhm.
it diligently, then it is sure to happen.
Yeah.
It is sure because we have that mindset and we have that goal that okay, this is what I'm going to do and I'm not going to let anything deviate from my goal of
Mhm.
reaching that goal. So that was really really amazing that
Yeah.
you were able to accomplish that goal. So congratulations again. Okay,
Thank you.
I remember that night, right? So I was rooting for somebody. I was rooting for somebody else, and when I saw you, I said, "Oh my." now.
Yeah.
She is really, really, powerful. She might just win that crown. And I just looked at, and when you just came out with that dress, I'm going like, oh yeah, but I was still rooting for the other
Yeah.
girl. But I said, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
It
but
was fun.
I watched the entire thing the whole way. Of course, one of the ladies were showing it live,
Yeah.
and I was really happy that they had that event in New York,
Yeah.
because a lot of times we hear a lot of our ladies are really talented, and a lot of times you hear these things happening in St. Lucia, where young ladies are given the opportunity to do for the Queen Show. But to have that actual independence pageant in New York, that was really a highlight for me, and I
Yeah.
really appreciated it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kel, what has life been after pageantry?
Yes. It's been a lot. It's been mostly about figuring how to move forward now. And I think you never realize how something's going to play out until it's actually playing out. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought for me that having the crown off my head and, transitioning from that, it would be an easy task and I would just be able to move forward and continue what I was doing. And to a certain extent, I have been, but it's also different now because now you're stepping away from what helped you launch the platform for me specifically. So it kind of is now, it's been, how do I really get my footing now and continue moving forward without that title of Miss St. Lucia USA? So it's just been me figuring out how do I strategize and continue with the Southern Gem? How do I continue those connections with persons in the community and continue to make that change, continue to make that impact? Because for me, it was never about simply winning a crown and that's it. It was always about how will I actually make the change. So it's been trying to figure out ways to continue on the mission. And that include creating our calendar of events,
Mm-hmm.
our actual calendar, finding our initiatives that we'd like to fund for the year, moving forward with our team and things of those sorts. So really just getting into the nitty gritty of stuff and helping the Southern Gem Foundation to
Okay,
be
so
where it
let
could be.
Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. You
Mm-hmm.
mentioned the Southern Gem. For the
Mm-hmm.
benefit of the viewers who do
Yeah.
not know about your organization, the Southern Gem, please tell us a
Mm-hmm.
little bit about your organization and where the idea came from, and a little bit about it, and what's going on with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm very passionate about Southern Gem. So anything you ask me, I feel like I'll always go back to it. So sorry for jumping ahead if I
That's
did.
no
But
problem.
the Southern Gem Foundation is my nonprofit that I launched after the pageant, well, during the pageant. And it's all about helping St. Lucian youth through funding initiatives. So it's all about helping them create change in their lives and in the lives of their community. So we do
Mhm.
so by taking on initiatives yearly. Last year, for the first year, we were able to help out with a donation to a youth and sports club and also with scholarships for free students. So this year, again, we're doing something very similar where we're going to work with a club, help them get some new gear, and again, fund scholarships for students. So that's what the Southern Gem in a nutshell is about. It's just helping St. Lucian youth through funding initiatives and finding avenues where they could grow.
Okay, so how did
Mhm.
you come up with the idea of the Southern Gem?
So during the pageant, I created an alias and it was the Southern Gem. I called myself the Southern Gem during the pageant
Mm-hmm.
because I am from the South. And I think deep down, the reason the Southern Gem became something was that sometimes we're often overlooked, especially
Mm-hmm.
I think for us in the South, sometimes we're overlooked. And, persons in different areas in their life could feel overlooked. Um, but sometimes you're a gem. You're a gem in that you just haven't been found. So for me, it was just taking that and owning that. I'm a gem regardless of if people know, if people don't know, if people see, if they don't see. So to me, it was just a way to empower myself while preparing for the pageant or in the midst of the pageant. And moving forward, it came to me the perfect way to continue that is to create a foundation called the Southern Gem Foundation that encompasses all of that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just about moving forward, helping the youth, and just being who we came here to be.
Absolutely. So how has that your foundation grown for the past from the inception?
Yes. So it's grown in baby steps, but we're making slow and meaningful changes. So right now we have a team of um 4 of us, and everyone is responsible for a different part of the Southern Gem. So we have someone who helps us with public relations. We have someone who helps with communications. We have someone who helps with finances. And me, I call myself the person who helps with the vibes. But everyone kind of came together. And these are people I've known for a while now. And we just came together and have begun strategizing on how we can help the foundation move forward in what we'd like to do. It's
Mhm,
also moved forward as far as figuring out how do we fund ourselves now. One of the goals last year was to try to secure more government funding, try to secure more grants and things of that nature. We're still in the works of trying to get that aspect figured out, but for now, we're just creating different ways to fund our projects. So one of the things we did earlier this year was the calendar, the
mhm,
Momenta calendar, where persons could make a donation,
mhm.
suggested donation of $25, and they received a calendar for 2025 that shows the entire reign of 24, what we did, different
Mhm.
events that I took part on during the pageant, and all these different ways just to create opportunities for funding for ourselves. So that's where
Oh,
we're at right now. And like I mentioned earlier, creating our calendar of events for this year as well. We'll move forward with our annual fundraiser slash mixer in the summer.
okay. Wonderful. So, Kel, you mentioned right now you guys are just um creating ways to find your own funding. What
Mm-hmm.
are some of those ways besides those that you mentioned?
Mm-hmm. So we also have a website that has an open platform persons for persons who ever want to donate, and this is a 501c, so it's persons are able to make tax exempt donations as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I mentioned, in our main fundraising opportunity will come for our fundraiser slash mixer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
while the Southern Gem is always open to receiving those, the intention behind it is to maybe do two main drives that we
Mm-hmm.
can have for the year that persons could know, hey, this is the time that we're rallying to secure funding for our initiatives. So last year, that was also our holiday pledge. You know, during the holidays, people are in a giving spirit, and I think sometimes it's a perfect opportunity to remind persons you can actually donate to something that's worthwhile. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be our annual mixer and then our holiday drive. Those are our main funding events for the year. And like you
Wonderful.
have on there, the calendar is also still out.
Yes.
Mhm.
So based my question, based on what you've told me, right?
Mhm.
You guys do your own, you find ways to do your own funding. How has the community benefited? What are some of the things that has been done with some of the funding that you guys were able to raise up
Mhm.
to?
Yeah, the community has been amazing. It's There are some people who have been solid and stood by us solid, and anytime I put something out relating to the gym, they're the first to hop on and help out, whether it's for sharing, whether it's through actually donating as well. So like
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned last year, when we had our fundraiser and all of that going on, we were able to get a $1,000 donation to a youth and sports club in St. Lucia. It was the Salty West Youth and Sports Club. That was
Okay.
all done through crowdfunding. That was all done through persons who saw the work we were doing and was like, yes, they would love to be part of that. We were able
Mm-hmm.
to do that. And that was 1,000 USD. And that meant a lot, being able to give that back to the youth and sports club in my community. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing we were able to do was provide 3 scholarships, one for a primary school student, one for a secondary school student, and one for a college student. And the primary school student, we gave a $250 USD stipend and school supplies. For the secondary school student, we were able to give a laptop. And then for the college student, we were able to give a 1,000 school tuition assistance as well. So
Mhm.
through all the funding that we did, this is what we were able to make happen. And then the rollover from whatever we made, we put that into getting the calendars together. So it's just been, again, figuring out ways that we can maximize our reach, but the community has definitely been supportive of everything we've been doing so far.
And that is really, really amazing. And I
Mhm.
think it is really important that when we've gotten, not only when we've gotten, but it is important that we give back,
Mhm. It is.
because sometimes we don't see what others give,
Yeah.
but others give, whether of their time,
Hmm.
of the monetarily they give, or just advice, but
Hmm.
people give back.
Yeah.
And so in any way or any capacity that we are able to do that for others, then that is a great, great accomplishment. It inspires others to know
Yeah.
that they are not alone, and that there's somebody out there who's looking out for them as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I think in our little community of St. Lucia, in our little island of St. Lucia, uh, we have so much need.
Yeah.
There's so many people who are in need, and we
Mm.
just need to be able to come up with organizations and to come up with ways to be able to give back, and to show that we are supporting
Yeah.
not just our people, but others on the whole.
Yeah. Definitely agree.
Yes. So that was wonderful. How did the young people feel after they gotten the donations?
Oh, they loved it. They loved it. They were so grateful. They were so thankful. And there were other young persons in attendance because the goal of the day was to make it a kind of community event. So we had horseback riding, we had face painting for the younger kids, and it was nice for them to witness what was happening. I know most of the kids knew me, so it was nice for them to witness what I was doing, but also to witness the other scholars who were getting awarded and getting recognized. So it was a really nice event. It was a great day. The food was amazing. Shout out to my godfather. He's the one who prepared. He was our chef. He prepared amazing meals for all of us. So it was really a nice time, and I'm hoping to recreate that again this coming year as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, if I asked you earlier, but
Yeah.
okay. Tell us about the annual mixer.
Hmm. Yes. So the first one was when we launched last year. So the
Mm-hmm.
goal is for this year for it to be a bit more of an opportunity for the community to come together and mix and mingle. But it's really going to be going over the initiatives of the foundation, going over what we did. Persons who were there last year, I haven't met them since we were able to do all those things. So it's going to be kind of like a recap of the year, saying this
Mm-hmm.
is what you guys were able to do, this is what we were able to do, and kind of appreciate that moment, but also move forward now. Okay, this is what we're trying to do now. So really for us, it's almost like the beginning of the Southern Gem year is
Mm-hmm.
at the mixer, because that's our main event for us
Mm-hmm.
to fund our initiatives up until January. So that's what that's going to be about. There'll be a presentation, and then I'll have a performance of some of my music. I'm not sure if it's going to be more of like a live acoustic thing, how we're going to plan around that. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
also looking forward to bringing a few persons on board, as far as persons in the community who could also share and add to what we're doing as well.
Wow.
Hmm.
You have created something really beautiful, Kelly.
Thank
Something
you.
really, really beautiful. And it's amazing how we would take just a seed, plant it, and see how it's going to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
In everything that we do, we need community.
Yeah.
whether it be girl community, guy community,
Mm-hmm.
our hometown community. We need community because when we work together, it helps things grow. It helps things. We get more accomplished,
Yeah.
more done. And I say that to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You were, I think, I'm not sure if I'm going to say the right thing. Let me make sure I didn't say the right. So when during the pageant, you were, I think you were in collaboration with uh the St. Lucia House. Is this St. Lucia? The St. Lucia House is the St. Lucian Consulate,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember which other thing you said. The St. Lucian Consulate, and
The
there's another
forest
organization.
organization.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So how have they played a role in assisting your organization?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm forever grateful for the St. Lucia Consulate and the Forest organization. They really, really helped us set up, especially the Forest organization, really helped us set
Mm-hmm.
up our initial launch, our as far as merchandise goes, and just helping with donation as well. Like they did their part in donating to the Southern Gem and
Mm-hmm.
helping us move forward. You know, there were some things that we didn't need to worry about when it came to expenses because the Forest organization said this is our donation to the Southern Gem Foundation. So
Mm-hmm.
something like that goes a long way, and that's I'll always be grateful for that because that was at the beginning, and the beginning is always the most difficult time because you're trying to figure out, am I doing this right? Do I know what I'm doing? And it's just nice to have persons give you that approval by just helping and supporting you. So they were instrumental in helping with the Southern Gem Foundation get on its feet. And I think right now it's more about what are the ways to collaborate and what other ways to move forward in that collaboration. The Four Roots just had the second part, well, a couple months ago had the second pageant. So it's been more about them continuing on that legacy for the community here.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely for our mixer, we're looking to come together again and just move forward from there in whatever way that they can. But I owe all thanks and I'm very grateful for their support.
Beautiful. Now, the Southern Gem, of course, is a non-profit organization, correct?
Yes, correct.
So how if how do you guys accept donations? What are some of the things that you guys accept as donations
Yes. So
besides
right now, say that again.
besides just besides monetary donations?
Yes. So right now we are open to accepting anything that is in alignment with our initiatives. And like I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but during our holiday pledge, I actually put it out there as well. And we put it out there that we're also accepting supplies because the drive and the scholarship, it's for school supplies and also that tuition assistance. So we are also accepting school supplies to go with those tuition assistance that we want to provide for students. So we accept those. And then for our initiative this year, we're looking to fund a youth and sports club
Mm-hmm.
located in Beaufort. So for that, it would be something if persons want to donate the gear. So for instance, we're gonna look to donate socks for them, jerseys, the shorts, and also there's something else I'm missing, the shoes. So if persons would like to say, hey, I'd like to donate 20 pairs of socks in this color for the foundation, we also accept that. So it's anything that is in alignment with the initiatives we are funding. And also,
Okay.
if persons want to donate their resources, their time, if someone is a financial expert and wants to give us a financial course on how we can maximize our income, our earning, we're open to that as well.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mhm.
So guys, this is your contact information is on the ticker on the
Yeah.
screen. So do you have like do you have a team, like a group of people who's working with you, who can take orders and at least take on the role of reaching, like when somebody calls or emails and stuff like that? Do you have a team?
Yes, so I have a team. I have persons back home. As of now, as part of the team, it's only me in the US, but the other members of the team are on ground in St. Lucia back home. So
Mm-hmm.
if anyone would like to get in contact with us, the Southern Gem Foundation at gmail.com or the Southern Gem Foundation on Instagram, they could send a note there and then we could take it from there to see which best route to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But because
Okay.
we're still small, I'm always available. I'm always here. I'm
Okay.
doing 1,000 things at a time. So it's more than welcomed if anyone would like to do that.
Oh, absolutely. And they
Mhm.
say we don't multitask.
I know. We can.
Yes. So your headquarters basically is in New York or St. Lucia?
So I would say our headquarters is here, but we also operate on ground because
Okay.
we have to, because we're registered in the state of New York, it would have to be here in the US. But
Okay.
we also operate on ground. We have eyes on ground, which I think is important because it's easy to want to do something, but you need people who are seeing and feeling what needs to be done back home as well. So we do
Mm,
have our meetings where we talk about, what's going forward, what's going on, how can we move forward, what's going to be best moving forward, because there were also changes we did as well to, okay, we did this last year, but I don't think it worked out as well. So let's try this year. So we're just always trying to make it better.
yeah. Now, do you provide assistance to uh to only people in St. Lucia or also up here in the United States, families up here in the United States?
Assistance as far as scholarships.
Yes.
So for now, our scholarships are only in St. Lucia, but it is
Mhm,
something that we are looking to grow from it. We wanted to start home and then eventually branch out for it could be persons of the diaspora as well. So it's just been trying to figure out what's the best route moving forward with that. But definitely, we started off at home. For this year, it will only be for persons back home as well. But moving forward, that is something we've already discussed. How can we make it bigger and better? The only difference is if we're funding scholarships in the US, that exchange rate takes a it makes it a bit more challenging because now we have to definitely ump our funding and we have to figure out ways to actually create impactful change. But definitely that's something we're looking forward to doing in the future.
Well, I could tell you this. You are in the baby stage of your foundation.
Yes.
So I have no doubt that as time goes by, with the passion that you show for that foundation and for what your vision, I have no doubt that you are going to meet your goal of um, providing needed support for the entire diaspora. I have
Yeah.
no doubt. We're speaking
Amen.
it into
Yes.
existence.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So let's flip a bit. Before we continue, let me just say a big shout out to all of my viewers, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I have not been showing you some love. So let me show my viewers some love.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes, as you should.
I want to say a big good night to Martha, Modest Glam Martha. Good night. Jamila Silis is watching from the UK. Hey girl, how are you? Nymphia Emmanuel is watching. How you doing, darling? Kieran Ditterville is watching. Trevor Francis is watching. And we have
Hey.
Laura Lee Smith. I know that name. Laura Lee said, good job. Good job. Good blessings. Yes. So
Hi.
so it is a pleasure. And I want to say a big shout out to the St. Lucian Consulate and also to Roots, is it Roots Foundation? Roots,
The forwards,
yeah.
yes.
Yes, the Forest Foundation. I think I really applaud them for the work that they're doing in the community in New York. I have heard a lot of amazing things about the Forest, and as well, I know that the St. Lucian Consulate is really supporting,
Mhm.
supporting our people up here in the United States, especially in New York. So I want to say thank you so much to them for
Yeah.
the amazing work that they do and for the support that they continue to show to our community. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I also want to say this. When we partake in events like that, we form a community. We
Mhm.
form a family. And most times, to do it on our own, it would be difficult. So we
Yeah.
need others. And speaking to the right people and to make the right moves, it produces results.
Yes.
And to have that resilience and that determination not to ever give up, it
Mhm.
produces results. So I just want to applaud you for the work that you are doing, Kelly.
Thank
I
you.
am so proud of you, and I am so thankful for what you're doing to the community. If you need my help anytime, I know I am kind of I cannot do anything monetarily, but if I can raise awareness, or even you could just say, hey, Cindy, I'm
Yeah.
having this. Could you just propose it for me or talk about it? I am
Of
here to
course.
help.
Yes.
Very much so. Yes, so
Mhm.
I am here to help in any capacity that I can. Okay. And if we're gonna have a drive, hey, we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you for that. And I thank your staff. I'm sure you're not just a but your team, I'm sure that they are doing an amazing job as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Shout
hats
out
off
to them.
to yeah, so hats off to the Seven Gem Foundation. Now we gotta shift gears a little bit. Okay, so now, yeah, you are not just you're not just a beauty queen. You have other hats that you wear. Tell us
Yeah.
about
I'm sorry. Did you say something? I
it.
missed
So you
it.
have other hats that you wear. So tell us about that. We're shifting from the foundation now.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
understand that you're musically inclined.
Yes. Yes, I love music. I think the last time I was on here, we spoke, I shared a bit about it, but I
Mhm.
love music. Just the expression, the healing it's given over the years, and just that resource, really, that
Mhm.
resource to wellness for me is what music is about. So I recently released Tough Gal Era, which is my new single, and it's streaming on all platforms. And that's my follow up from Queen Energy that I released last year after the
Hold on, hold
pageant.
on. Listen,
So
guys. If y'all did not hear Queen Energy,
yeah,
go back. Go to YouTube. I'm not playing tonight. Go to
yeah,
YouTube and
mm-hmm.
look for Queen Energy by Kelly Indy Smith. I'm telling you, this song is so it's liberating for women.
Yeah,
It's empowering.
yeah.
So that was a really I think I've listened to that song over and over and
Oh
over
wow,
again.
thank you.
I loved it.
Yeah,
And the fact that you brought the other the contestants from the show.
yes,
If I seem a little foggy tonight, guys, I am literally exhausted to my bone. But hey, yeah.
yeah,
So I learned the fact that you brought in the other contestant from the show, and everybody was doing that thing. I'm going, what is
yeah,
that? That is
yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
That's what it was about, just celebrating that.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Queen what? Queen Ismafa is called Queen Energy. Let me see if I can bring show the photo. Okay, I'm gonna show the photo. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can present an image of Queen Energy. Just the image here for the benefit of our viewers. Now, for listen, my to all of my viewers, if you are watching, please share the live. Share the live.
Yay.
That's the queen. Yay. Share the live, subscribe to my page. And what was I gonna say? Sorry. Share the live and subscribe to my page, okay? Subscribe. And you can give some stars. It doesn't hurt. Okay. So this is the queen. You were looking so fierce there. Oh, I love it. The
Thank you.
eyes says it all. Like I'm
Thank you.
coming.
And my
Yes, I
mama's
love
red
it.
lipstick.
That was fire. That was fire. That's fire. Yes, actually,
Thank
yes. So,
you.
darling. So I love that. So, your new song is
Mhm.
entitled. I'm looking for the name.
Tough gal era.
Top Girl Era. Yes. So I'm going to give you guys just a little snippet. Okay. You want me to play the whole song? Now I'm going to write the disclaimer on the. I'm going to write a disclaimer on there. I'm going to take out because Facebook is giving me some issues, guys. So let me write the disclaimer uh, before I play the song so that they will not penalize me. They like to penalize me and send me stuff. So let me see. This was that?
Tough gal era.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have it. I'm just writing the disclaimer.
yeah, you don't own the rights to.
Okay, because they
Yeah.
will give me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I've seen it do that for a few people as well.
Okay, so talk a little bit as I write the thing.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit more about the song and what inspired it.
Yeah, so Tough Gal era, it was really if dual inspiration. One of them was just one day, I remember last year for my birthday, I went to visit my friend in Canada
Mhm.
and I was in the hotel room getting dressed. And I love dressing eccentrically. I love expressing myself through dress. And I was wearing this kind of jean
Mhm.
jumper and I had on some kind of wedges and I had my hair up some similar to this, but my locks were a bit more free.
Mhm.
I had my sunglasses and I caught a glimpse of myself and I just started engaging with myself like this is a tough gal and I just me being me in my own space and enjoying my company, loving on myself. And I was just playing around with myself in that way and just
Mhm.
saying, this is not no soft gal era, this is a tough gal era, this is a rough gal. And that's literally, it was just me in the mirror looking at my outfit and talking to myself. And then
Okay.
moving forward, it just was something that I always thought internally, like, yeah, like this really is a tough gal era. When I
Mhm.
reflect on, where I want to be in life, what I'm going through actually in the moment, trying to figure out, how to do what I'm trying to do with the foundation, with myself as a young woman, as a leader, and all these things really was that sentiment. And when I sit down to write, whatever's going on at the moment, that's what comes up. So that just naturally came up when I heard the beat, when I heard the rhythm, and then I just took it from there.
Okay. So we
Yeah.
are going to give you a little taste of okay. I forget already. So then you know the song of girl era. Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me pull it up, guys. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me see. Let me get up this one.
I'm gonna eat some mangoes. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, so okay. Let me make sure I have it. Okay. Okay, guys, so here is the okay. Ready.
And shout out to Abin for taking the photo for that cover as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What's happening here? It's loading?
It looks like it's loading, yes.
Okay. What's happening? It's just loading. It's not doing
Yeah, it
anything.
looks like it's loading.
So let me say good night to our guests. Um, Larry Seri and Mahiki Felicien, Marsha Celestin said greatness. And she just put it on the screen there. Okay, yes. So we are waiting. Tara Esber. Good evening. I will have to stop it and start it again. Oh goodness. Okay, there we go. Let me start it again, guys, because it was giving me some issues here. Present. Okay, share screen. This way. There we go. Oh my goodness, I shouldn't have stopped it.
Ain't giving up forever. Lisa Top Galera.
I don't know what's happening here, but it's giving me some problem. I never have that problem with playing everything. Okay, so Top Gal era. So what inspired the ice green and gold?
Honestly, I sent the idea to a digital how you call them?
Mm-hmm.
A digital, I'm going blank, but someone who does covers and stuff. And I told them, I
Mm-hmm.
gave them the photo and I did like a mock of what I thought I wanted for it, and they came up with that. I sent
Mm-hmm.
them the music as well to listen to it, and they came up with that. So um that was all they're doing. I saw it and I loved it instantly.
Wow, that's amazing. Guys, the thing don't want to play, but I'm going to wait until it plays. I'm not going to stop it this time. I'm not going to stop it this time. So, sweetheart,
Mhm.
Top Gal era. So, I know you have I know you have other projects in the work. But where do you see yourself musically? The song is gonna come. I'm gonna leave it until it comes. Where do you see yourself
Mhm.
going with your music? Because I've listened to a few of your songs and they're very, very they're very touching, very powerful.
Thank
So
you.
mm-hmm,
Honestly, that's a great question because it's something I constantly think about.
mm-hmm,
But although I don't know where I'm going, I know where I'm not going with my music. I know I'm not going towards degrading my musical talent. I know
mm-hmm,
I'm not going towards um sheltering what I have to say musically and going away from the
mm-hmm,
things that set my soul on fire, the things that free me, the things
mm-hmm,
that inspire others and free others. In my journey, I've had different persons kind of tell me where I should go. And it always leads to this kind of thing where you put yourself in a box or you conform and you kind of compromise your creative uniqueness, you compromise your creative eccentricity to do something to fit into that mold. So I
mm-hmm,
see myself not going there. As far as where I'm going with it,
mm-hmm,
I think I'm constantly figuring that out because I want to remain true to it. And
mm-hmm,
if that means forfeiting some of the pleasures that comes with it, I'm okay with that. And that's a pact I've made with myself that I'm okay if we stay true and we compromise certain levels of what people say comes with music. So for me, it's just about getting better as an artist, in changing my sound, evolving my sound, creating that unique sound that I'm like, okay, this is what I knew I could pull out from myself. It's about creating those visuals. It's about having something in my head, in my mind, and then actually making it come to life. So for me, it's continuing that expression. I would love if one day I'm able to do a show where I showcase, you know, the music in real time as far as what it represents in life, because it's deeper than music. It's not just,
mm-hmm,
oh, this sounds good. Yeah. No, it's way deeper than that. And for me, it's about how do I make that make sense in the world, if that makes sense. When I say that, a lot of people look at me like, huh? So what exactly do you mean? But that's the best way I could describe it. It's increasingly personal and dear to me, and it's just moving forward in that way.
okay. I'm smiling because my son just gave me some flowers.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh,
He gave me some flowers.
oh,
Oh.
little prince. That's very sweet. We
Yeah,
raising him. You're raising him right.
yeah. Thank you.
That's sweet.
Thank you. He knows I've been stressed out the past couple of weeks,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
So that is great. So let me ask you this now. Are you planning to have an album?
Definitely, definitely. I don't know if it's gonna be next year, God willing, or the year after, but I feel that that's where it's heading to. It's like, okay, let's actually do a full project, a full body of work, and let's do a full visual. Maybe we could connect the visuals and like create like a little movie from the like that's where it's
Mhm.
headed. But again, it's just one of those things you have to be intentional and have your heart and mind in the right place. For me, at least, that's where it's headed. But definitely, yes, it's coming.
Now, with all of this underneath your bed, I'm sure these are not the only things you're doing. And let me tell you, I wish you great success in all your endeavors. Great
Thank you.
success, because I believe that you are very talented, that you are an amazing, great, and phenomenal woman. And you paved the way for other young women like you to have goals and have visions and work through them and see them through. Okay. And you are doing you are climbing that ladder of to reaching your goals. Okay,
Yeah.
don't stop. Continue to inspire, continue to motivate, and continue to empower others to do their best and to be their best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, guys, if you want to go, it was not for whatever reason. That's the first time the music has not played on here on stream yet, but I would like you to go check it out. Her out, Kelly Indy Smith. The title is Tough Gal Era.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly Indy Smith. Tough Gal Era. Okay, you know,
Yeah.
say Tough Gal. Okay, Tough
Tough
Gal.
gal.
Yes, so go check her out on YouTube, and she has a lot of great selections, to listen to, and her music is very empowering, and she's fierce and sassy. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Kelly, where do you, with all of this going on? I'm just bending my head a bit because I'm watching a question. With
Mhm.
all of this going on, where do you see? Where do you see? How? Okay, can you incorporate your music? Can you use? Okay, I'm gonna leave that question alone because I think I'm not. I don't think I'm going the right way with it. But with your music
Yeah.
and your foundation, can you see they complementing each other? That's what I wanted to say.
100%. 100% they do. They complement each other in such a beautiful way because for me, it's the music that has empowered me to go ahead and do what I think needs to be done in the world, which for
Mhm,
me is Southern Gem. So
mhm,
it's been a personal empowerment for me. And
mhm,
also there's a part of the Southern Gem Foundation that wants to and also does, because we had artists come to the award ceremony. We had like a artist who did face painting for the kids and things of those sort. But part of the Southern Gem wants to empower students and young people through the creative arts. The creative
mhm,
arts is a tool. It's a protective factor. It could help people. And this is not just me talking, and this is like proven. It's one of those things that could help young people stir the
mhm,
course and make positive change in their life. Therapists use creative arts therapy all the time to help young people. And the beautiful thing about it is that it transcends age, it transcends race, it transcends socioeconomic status. Anyone has access to creative arts to reach wellness and to empower themselves. So for me, it's about realizing what is done for me, having the knowledge of that and the study of that, the actual academic knowledge of these things, and changing it into my own unique thing and putting it out into the world where other people could benefit from that. So they definitely complement each other, but I also like them to be separate in the sense of I never want persons to think that Southern Gem is my way to get a boost for my music. And I made
mhm,
that very clear that my music has been there since 2016. I've been grinding it out. I've been doing what needs to be with my music. So in that sense, when it comes to, funding, when it comes to what people are doing and how they donate, I make it very clear that this is Southern Gem. When it comes to my music, that's all me. I'm okay funding my music by myself. I'm okay creating my own projects. And that's more like a personal therapeutic practice for me. And like I said, Southern Gem is just born from that and open
mhm.
for the community to join and support and move forward.
Well, that's very commendable, and we thank you for that. That could be a really good example to follow for a lot of people as
Mhm.
well. So thank you for what you do, Kelly.
Thank
So
you.
what's next for you?
Oh, it's not next. Actually, tomorrow I have a mini film shoot with Kadaga, the Kadaga film series. Mr. Edu Moja, he's the CEO of that production company, and he's a St. Lucian. They had the Piton Film Festival before, and now they moved it to a digital platform. But I'm so happy because he reached out to me after the pageant and he said, "We'd love to have you on the film."
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow I'm actually going over there with him and his wife and shooting for some scenes for Kadago, which I'll be sharing as well, and I'll share it with you. But it's just like one of those fun other creative things to do to keep me moving, keep me motivated, and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, moving forward, what's next is just building a Southern Gem. Right now, that's like you said, that's my baby's phase. Is just building on that and seeing how we can make a change, how we can be better, bettering ourselves. I would love to also do some free events with the community as well, figuring out, what spaces are we going to use from the community that we're able to access and give back. Because really, at the heart of it, though we need funding, the goal is
Mm-hmm.
to give back. So we have a bunch of stuff lined up, and we're just taking it one day at a time. But in the midst of it all, I'm also trying to have my little fun, squeeze in creative, fun things for myself, and not be so
Yes,
serious and stressed out all the time. So, in a
beautiful.
nutshell.
In
Mhm.
everything that you do, you need to have to make time for yourself and get some self-love in there, self-care, because it's important.
Yes,
Rejuvenate, freedom and a little bit so that your creative juices can come more powerful than before. Okay.
yes, yes,
Yes. So I really want to thank you, Kelly. For those of you who are just tuning in and we're about to close in a little bit, this is the beautiful, passionate, artistic Kelly Smith, and Kelly Indy Smith, and she is the founder of Sudden Gem Foundation, and also she is the oh my gosh, the writer producer of uh don't say it, Tough Gal Era.
yes,
Tough Gal Era. So go out on YouTube and support her music, support her work, and also support her Southern Gem Foundation. You can contact on at Kelly Indy Smith. It's on the ticker is showing on the screen, so you can always let me see. You can always check her out. And please, please, please support her initiative, support her work, support her nonprofit, because she's doing amazing, amazing work. Mr. Calix Kakal, how are you? Good evening. As you said, he said good evening to you and your guests. So go out, support her. Listen, guys, please, I am asking you guys to support this show, support this live.
yes,
It is to empower, to promote, and to inspire others, to give others a voice, okay, where they don't have, and to just let others know what is happening in the community, what our people are doing to empower and to help each other, to pay it forward. And Kelly has shown, that it is possible that you can start from nothing and go to build something. When you have a dream, as long as you can see it, believe it, it will happen. You can make it happen because you're passionate about it. So you can take a great example from her. She's just beginning. Her baby is just getting
yes,
off the. You're just beginning to crawl.
yes,
Yes. So I believe in you, and I believe that you're gonna do amazing things. And also to all of those who have donated and who have supported you in that regard. So please promote my lives, promote my show, subscribe to my page. Guys, listen, I've had so many people on here on this show. Okay. All I'm asking is that you share my lives, you send some stars, and you
mhm,
support my work, and then you subscribe to my page. That's all I'm asking, so that I can continue this work and
mhm.
continue, bringing great content to you guys, because it is passionate to me. It is like, this is Kelly's baby. That's my baby.
Yes,
Poetry and Perspective with Placid is my baby. Okay.
yes.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Kelly. It was a pleasure having you. Listen, guys,
Always.
do not ever give up. Never let failure be your finality. Don't let anybody silence your voice. Don't let anybody silence you. Speak. Speak your truth, okay? Without hypocrisy, without without disrespecting anybody.
Mhm.
Don't let anybody muzzle you on what you have to say. Go
Yes,
for what you want.
yes. I just want to say thank you as well,
Yes.
Cindy. Thank you for always being there. We met one time and you've really been there. Like, you're not just saying that, you're actually there and you're actually doing what you're professing to do. So I really appreciate the support that you do for the Southern Gem, myself, and also the community. And thank you for always being, open to having us as well. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, sweetheart. The pleasure is all mine. That's what I'm here for, just to be able to reach out and to do my little bit that I can do
Mhm. Goes a
in
long way.
yes, in giving back
Yeah.
to others. So thank you. Listen, guys, I love you guys. Remember, I always say, I love Les Brown. Failure should never be a failure, but if you're gonna fall, make sure you land on your back, because as long as you can look up, trust me, you'll be able to get up. You find the strength to get up. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you. Promote this live and support Kelly. Until next time, have a good night, everyone.
Bye. Thanks again, Cindy. Take care.
Bye. You're welcome.